If you've ever looked into fountain pens, you've probably heard people talking about the different type of filling systems that are out there. Maybe you've heard word like cartridges and converters and eyedropper, and you thought, what is the difference between each of these things? When you're purchasing most fountain pens, they only give you one option, but today we're going to be checking out the Monteverde Monza ID. It's a fountain pen that lets you try every major filling system without having to buy multiple pens to do so. I'm going to share how each one works. I'll share some of my personal favorites and my experiences with each, and whether or not this might be one of the newest fountain pens that you should add to your collection, whether you are an established fountain pen collector and user, or maybe this is your very first pen. So let's take a look at the outside of the pen first, because a lot of information is actually on this packaging. So Monteverde USA, the Monza ID, it has all the 3 different types of pen filling systems that you can get inside of one. With eyedropper, the converter, and the cartridge. We're actually going to go through and set up every single one of these today, so it's really a full out video. We've got the 2 cartridges it's going to come with. It also comes with 2 2-milliliter ink vials, so just to get you up and running. We've got the pipette, and we also have the converter here. Now the eyedropper, you don't need anything for it. Literally a fill inside of the body. It makes me nervous, but it is easy to do, and once you just kind of get over that fear, it makes it so much easier. You're literally taking the ink, you're putting it right into the body of the pen, and that's all that you have to do. So once we take this out, I think the colors for these are really cool. As someone who is maybe just getting into fountain pens, this really kind of covers you on all levels, like I said. So we went ahead and we got the yellow. I love a demonstrator. Anything that's clear, you can see through it. That's what is called a demonstrator. We can see the 2 cartridges here, the 2 ink bottles. You've got your pipette here to fill it up, but really the pen is what's here. It already comes with the converter inside of it. So that is going to be what you see inside of here. And that's the other thing about this pen. With it being see-through, you're going to be able to see all the inner workings of this pen. You're going to be able to see the ink that's inside of here. It's going to be really fantastic. And the nib on this is going to be a flex nib. Now, if you're not really quite sure, well, what does that mean exactly as we're writing with this, and of course we'll be doing the writing samples, this is how you're going to get those thicks and those thins, similar to a calligraphy nib if you've ever used one of those. And if not, it's okay. We're going to go through it all. The main parts of this pen really are going to be the body. This also is going to double as your container for when we do the eyedropper. The really important part of this top part of this pen for the eyedropper fill that we're going to do is actually this O-ring right here. That is what's going to ensure that all of the ink is going to stay inside of your pen as you're writing with it, and making sure that that's on there, making sure that it's complete, and if it comes off, you buy a new O-ring and you stick it back on here and have everything that you need. And then we have our flex nib here at the top with our feed. That's really cool. I love that it's transparent. Love it so much. And then we have our cap here, which is a screw cap with the clip on it as well. So let's go ahead and start first with a cartridge. And the way that this whole thing works is there is a little tiny plastic ball right now that is currently holding this ink inside of this cartridge. And what we're going to do to fill this up, and you'll see this inside of this pen, is there's that little tiny pointed piece right there. That's going to be your feed. That is what we need to get going. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this in here, and then you're going to hear a little pop. And you even saw some of that ink squirt into the feed here. And that's all that you need to do for a cartridge. Super nice and easy. You can see it inside of here. One thing that people like about a cartridge is, especially if you're not quite sure about filling up the converter, or you're not quite sure about doing the eyedropper, this is kind of like the quote-unquote safest way to go with filling a fountain pen, because it feels really safe. And it is, absolutely. I'm not saying that it's like not true. The other thing about this is that when you run out of ink inside of these cartridges, what's also really cool is you can just buy another one, right? You can toss the cartridge when it's done. I like to actually refill these. You can grab ink syringes now, or in this case, you could even use the little pipette that we have here, and you could refill these if you wanted to with your favorite color ink. So whatever you're looking for, you can make happen. This pen also can post. And if you're not familiar with posting, that means that your cap can go on the back. So everything kind of fits as one. The other really good thing about posting with pens is that it does create an elongated pen. So you can write without it. It fits inside of your hand just fine. But if you're the type of person that really likes to feel the weight of a pen, really likes to make sure that, it's all inside of your hand, you pop on the cap. You also don't have a chance of potentially losing it. That's also a really important part of this entire situation as well. Once you see that the ink has made it into your feed here, that is how you know your pen is ready to go. It happens really quickly. Gravity also is helping to pull it down as well. So you'll see as I'm writing with this, that flex nib is what's giving these smaller up lines. And then when you're putting a little bit more pressure down, that is what's going to give you those thicker lines. Now, you don't have to press hard. If you're the type of person that isn't looking for a lot of variation in your lines, you can write relatively lightly with this pen and all the ink is still going to come out, right? Or I can always just press hard with my pen and that's going to put out more ink. So you have a lot of control with this pen as you're writing with it to keep nice fine lines, to be able to create the variation in your lines, all with the pressure that you're giving as you're writing with this pen. And in this case, I am barely touching the paper and that ink is flowing out of here. So you don't have to feel like you have to always put down a lot of pressure. You of course also have to be careful. You don't want to press down incredibly hard because over time that could wear down your nib. But what a fantastic pen to learn on. This really is awesome. Now, I'm going to put down just the ink rag that I have because I'm about to take this cartridge off of here and we're going to switch over to the converter just so I can show you how you can fill that up. Most of the time when you're taking out these cartridges here, the ink is almost gone, but you can also change them out with any color anytime that you want to. We're just going to hold the nib facing up. We're going to go ahead and give a little bit of a tug. Again, most of the ink is going to stay inside of here. You don't have to worry about it spilling out. However, you do have to think about that as you're going to store it. Now, what are you going to do with this ink? I've done everything from putting tape over top of this to hold on to it for a little bit longer, really making sure it's nice and secure down. Some people I know will also take the ink out of here and put it into a different type of airtight container. And that's when you can use your ink syringe and just pull all of the ink out of here. All right, so let's talk about converters now. This is going to be a really fantastic way to get any type of colored ink that you want into your pen. There's a lot of pros to converters also when it comes to filling your pen. So similarly to the cartridge that we had, it has the same type of opening here on the end, but there is no little ball that's going to stop this ink from coming out. All you do is press it on, and then everything around the converter is going to be using the tip of this pen to turn it, to take this little plunger up and down. What we're doing is we're going to go ahead and screw it all the way down, and we're going to go ahead and fill this ink. So even though we had that black ink inside of that cartridge, I'm going to show you how to fill this using a different ink from Monteverde USA. This is called Onyx. So it's still just black color that's here. So when it comes to filling these pens, there's kind of two different ways that you can do it. The first way, and especially if you end up buying this whole kit for the Monza here, is that you have your ink vial here with ink inside of it. Now the thing is that this little tiny area here is a little bit too small to fit the whole pen in, because what you can do is stick the entire pen into your ink, which I'll show you how to do in just a moment, and suck it up straight through here without having to take your converter off. But if you don't want to do that, or maybe your ink vial is a little too small, you can also just do that with this. You can stick that inside of here. We're going to go ahead and just turn the converter up like that, and you'll see that we have ink inside of here. And then we can go ahead and we can take the top of our pen, and we can press that on there, and we're ready to start writing with the fountain pen ink and fountain pen. But I do want to show you how you can fill your pen without having to take your converter off. I'm going to use Monteverde's Onyx here. It's still black, a little bit of a different color than what was inside of the ink vial here, but they all work the same. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn this to make sure that my little plunger is all the way down. And then all I have to do here is just stick the tip of my pen in here, essentially get that feed into the ink bottle here. And I can turn my converter. And then as you can see, the ink came up inside of here. The other big pro to doing this, especially if you're filling your pen for the very first time, is it will automatically suck that ink through the feed up into your converter. So you're already loaded up and ready to go. I would say the con to doing this is that you have to then also make sure that you wipe off the tip of your pen, and also if any ink gets onto the barrel or into the handle here, because that's where your hand is going to go, where the grip is. That's why I always have a little ink rag with me, especially as I've gotten into fountain pens. Just a little microfiber cloth, you're good to go. And it doesn't take very much. You just kind of dab that off a little bit and everything is set. And now I really like this because I can see everything. I can see that ink moving inside of there. I can see my converter. It looks so cool. And then you're just writing with it and everyone's like, hey, that's a really cool pen you got there. Hey, and you can also see how much ink you have left as you're writing as well. What's great when you need to refill it, you kind of would just go through the same thing. Ink is empty, pop it in here, lift up your converter, and then you're ready to go. All right, and the last thing we're going to do today is probably the scariest part of fountain pen ownership and something that I don't do very often, but I have to get more comfortable with it, which is setting up your fountain pen as an eyedropper. Now, not every single pen can necessarily be an eyedropper. And the reason is you have to make sure that your pen can hold on to ink. There's kind of two things that you need when setting this up. The first piece and the most important piece is going to be the rubber ring, like I mentioned, this O-ring. Because when this pen shuts, this is going to create a seal between the body of the pen and the top of this pen so that nothing's going to be leaking out of here. Now, some other pen users will also buy like a silicone grease that you would grease these threads with, and you can buy that off of Amazon or anywhere that you need to, and that's going to create an even more secure seal. So if it's something you're really worried about, you can easily buy that. You can put a little bit of the silicone grease around these threads plus the O-ring, so both of those things together, and that way you have an extra secure grip and tightness here so you're not worried about any pen ink leaking out. But we're not going to do that today because we're going to trust our process. So inside of the box, we got a pipette. Maybe you've used one of these in science class forever ago. These are just fantastic to have around the house. And it's really used in this case for filling this pen. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take out one of our ink vials here. And we're going to take our pipette and we're going to go ahead and squeeze the top. And we're going to suck up some ink inside of here. And then we're going to take the body of our pen. We're going to put that pipette in here. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to squeeze that ink. You don't want to overfill it. You could probably fill it with a little bit more, but we've run out of little ink that we had here. Those only had 2 milliliters of ink. This could probably take at least 4, I would say. Not much more than that. But all ink is better than no ink at all. And then we can go ahead and screw that on there. Make sure that it's nice and tight. And then our pen is ready to use. We don't have to do anything else. There's no extra little gadgets, attachments, anything like that whatsoever. It's just ink in the back of your pen. Everything about this still works exactly the same. We haven't really changed anything here. So you're still going to write with it. You're going to use it. Everything's going to be great. And then we get the fun part of pen ownership, which is cleaning everything that we have. Especially when you're using an eyedropper, right? Because essentially what you're doing is you're filling the entire back of your pen here with ink. And eventually you're going to want to change it maybe to a different color, or maybe you want to change pens to something else. You want to make sure that you're cleaning these out, especially if you don't plan on using the pens in a long time. For the most part, ink inside of these pens are going to hold up for a long time, months, right? There's some pens might even hold up for years, right? But the thing is, we've got too much going on that we want to hold up ink. We've got a lot of beautiful inks out there, a lot of cool pens we want to use. Don't leave your pen with inks for like a year or more. So we need to clean a few things as a part of this, right? And I'm actually going to clean out the pipette first because that can be a helpful tool, especially when we get down to cleaning out our pen after it's been an ink dropper. What I tend to do is I have 2 different containers that I'll set up for myself. One that has clean water in it and one that has nothing in it whatsoever. And essentially all I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be squeezing out any extra ink that I might have. So in this case, it's the pipette. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to suck up water. And essentially I'm just using this water to kind of flush everything out. And after a while, we're probably going to have to, clean out this clean water again, especially if it gets a bit inky. Don't worry if it gets a little bit inky. It's not the end of the world. Right? So now that's nice and clean. That took us seconds to do, right? You can do a very similar thing with your converter. We're going to stick it inside the water. We're going to give it some turns. We're going to suck that clean ink up inside of here. And then we're going to empty it out, right? And after time, your ink color will start to get a bit clear. And some people, if you aren't worried about having 2 containers, you can just use one. You could just suck up the clean water, right? And spit it back out in the same container. and do that a few times and just flush it out. Makes it super easy. All right, I'm going to turn this around now because we are going to be dealing with our ink dropper pen that we set up here. Now, I don't want to throw this ink away because we literally just opened it up a few minutes ago. So I'm going to go ahead and take off the cap. I'm going to hold my pen upright like this. And I'm going to go ahead and give that a little turn. And the reason that I have these claws is that ink will get places, right? So I can choose to suck the ink up with my pipette if I want, but I'm going to be a little dangerous, and I'm just going to try to pour it from my pen into that ink container. And then I'm going to be a good boy, and I'm going to put the cap on it right away and sit that off to the side. Now we have a pen that needs to be cleaned out. The most important part that we're cleaning out is going to be over here. So if you want, you could just take this over to your sink and you could just flush this under some water lightly. I wouldn't do anything too crazy because you don't want it to splash out at you. But since we're sitting here at my desk, I'm just going to do what I usually do with my eyedroppers, which essentially is use this little pipette, right? And I'm going to fill it up with some ink. I'll just kind of rinse it under some water, especially for the inks that get around the threads and things like that. And then our body is clean. We don't have to worry about anything. It's just that easy. Something that I will also do, Q-tips that we're not supposed to put in our ears. Well, I use them a ton for my fountain pens. One of the ways is to actually clean the inside of the bodies, especially if it had ink in it for a while. Sometimes they can get stained. But in this case, I'm actually using it just to remove that extra moisture that I had inside of here. I'll also use the wet Q-tip as well to clean the inside of this pen and cap as well. There is a protector that's inside of here, but ink can get on that too. You just use that and you kind of clear it out a little bit. Now we have the nib of this, and there's a lot that was going on with this. Some people, again, do things a bit differently. For myself personally, the way that I like to clean these out is using something like this. These actually fit right inside of the nibs here are really, really close, and you can just fill these up with water, similar to that pipette, right? And kind of hold it on here. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to squeeze the top of it, and that's going to go ahead and push water through the feed. And you can do that a few times, right? Until your water runs clear. The other thing that you can do, if you don't have that, because I don't want you to go out and buy things that you don't need to, you can actually clean your converter and your pen at the same exact time through this method, right? This does take a little bit longer because a lot of ink ends up getting held up inside of the feed here when you aren't using the method I just did, right? You're sucking that up, you're just bringing it over here, and you're turning it down. And then you're just going to do this a few times until your ink is running clear, right? That means all the ink is out of your feed. The other great thing about using a demonstrator is you can see the colors, you can see everything inside of here. So when that's running pretty clear, you can do that. The other thing you can do, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with this, is just taking the top of your pen and putting it in some water and letting it sit there for a little bit. Because that water is going to get all inside of your feed, right? It's going to kind of move things through. Any extra ink that you have on here will eventually run through. And then you can take this out and just make sure that it's nice and dry. And then once I do that, I'll just take all my individual pieces here and I'll leave them out to dry for a little bit. Let's put them in a safe spot, kind of let them air dry. You'll be good to go. Hopefully now you feel much more comfortable with the differences between an eyedropper, cartridges, and converters when it comes to fountain pens, and you know not just how to use them, but also how to clean them. Very important part of fountain pen ownership and maintenance. But you've got to let me know down in the comments, what do you think about the Monteverde Monza, and is this a pen that maybe you want to add to your collection, especially if you don't have one yet? Does this give you the options, or maybe too many options? Let me know, and I can't wait to hear from you down in the comment section, and I'll talk to you later, friends. See ya.
Something